Today, instead of doing a traditional drawing in my sketchbook, we're going to mix things up and try some digital art using the Magic Drawing Pad by XP Pen. I'll be honest to you, I'm not super confident with digital art because I'm so used to traditional drawing. But I figured, why not to challenge myself? So, wish me luck. Alright, let's skip over the key features of this tablet for now, and let's dive into sketching. When I first tried it out, I admit it was kinda bit tricky. I started with apps like Ibis Paint, but there was some slight delay with my brush that made me tap the draw on the way I'm used to. But then, when I switched to Concept app, and the experience was way smoother, and it felt so much better for sketching. So that's what we'll be using today. I gotta say, I'm really impressed of how stable the pencil is. It almost feels like I'm drawing traditionally. Plus, the laminated screen texture gives this nice pencil on paper feel, which I really love it. So for today's drawing, I'm going to use a reference as usual, and we'll start with some doodles using the pencil brush tool. I'm holding off on using a color for now because honestly, it feels like a bit intimidating for me. So we'll stick with the doodle sketches first and maybe we'll tackle the color in the future. You know, this kind of tablet can be pretty funny sometimes. Like, when I'm trying to do some hatching, I accidentally smudge the screen, which makes me laugh because I'm so used to traditional art. It's like my brain hasn't fully adjusted to digital world yet. I've noticed that digital artists often rely a lot on the undo button. I mean, it's a great tool, but it can change how you work. With traditional art, you don't have a undo button, so you learn to make each stroke count. But in digital art, it's easy to erase and try it again, which can lead to bad habits. Sometimes, artists might get used to fixing every little mistake instead of learning to work around them. It's something to be aware of because while the undo button is helpful, it is also good to remember that making mistakes and dealing with them can help you grow as an artist. So that's a good thing about being a traditional artist. Okay, so before I continue this sketch, if you're a person always looking to improve your skills, whether cinematography, color grading, drawing or painting, and you're always open to learn with something new, let me introduce to you with our partner, Skillshare. Skillshare is one of the biggest online learning community for creatives, with a thousand of classes, led by industry pros with a wide range of topics from film, illustration, design, freelance, productivity, and more. Skillshare is the classes you need to start to improve your career to the next level. If you don't know, I always use Skillshare for over a year now. When I first began a filming career into my YouTube channel, I used this platform to improve my work faster. So for me, one thing that I love about Skillshare is the quality of the classes. They are taught by industry professionals who really know about their stuff, and each class is broken down into bite-sized lessons. So it is easy to follow along and learn at your own pace. So if you plan to start making YouTube videos, you can take some classes that are already taken in from the famous content creators like Marcus Brownlee on how to script, shoot and edit, and see the creative process. So join me with these amazing classes and discover skill with Skillshare. And the first 500 people to use the link in my description below will get a 1-month free trial of Skillshare. And with that being said, let's continue this drawing. So in my personal thoughts of using this tablet for over a week now, I have to say it's been quite an interesting experience. What I really love is how it blends the feel of traditional drawing with the perks of digital art. The laminated screen has this great texture that almost makes it feel like I'm drawing in a real paper. So you're probably wondering, do I need to switch between traditional to digital art? Well, you know, there's this something really special about sticking with traditional art. Even as digital becomes more and more popular, especially AI, for me, it's about physical connection. The way you feel the paper under your fingers, the resistance of the brush, and even the smell of the materials. There's just something raw and authentic about it that digital can't quite capture. I love how each piece of traditional art tells its own story. Every brush strokes, every little imperfection, it all adds character and depth. So it's like a journey, and when you finally finish it, there's this real sense of accomplishment. You've created something that you can literally hold in your hands. And I guess, in a world that always rushing forward, choosing traditional art feels like a way to slow down, to really appreciate the process. It's a way to stay connected to the roots of art, to something that's been around for centuries. But hey, I also get that there's no need to choose between the two. Some artists are blending traditional and digital, and that's amazing too. For me though, there's just something about traditional art that resonates deeply. It's where my heart is, and that's where I'm going to stay. Well, at least for now.